In a recent Scoop News survey, 175 government employees from federal level to state and local level identified training as a top 3 hurdle to the adoption of RPA. You and I have discussed how UiPath strives to democratize RPA and that citizen developers need an appropriate level of training. In other words, we have a solution for this training hurdle. I think we all learned during COVID that some people learn online, on demand, and in a self-paced format exceptionally well. And for those that like this format, UiPath already offers our Academy, which is a free online, on-demand, self-paced training that covers every role an agency would need for their RPA program. We also learned during COVID that instructor-led is not going to go away anytime soon. Over the past 7 or 8 months, we've worked with your team at MORPHEUS to create a near on-site experience for students. I've listened to the outbriefs of these students, and your students, all government and government contractors, only sing the praise about the course. It's quite frankly impressive. I wanted to share your story with others today, so we're going to ask those that are watching to take just a couple minutes. So let's discuss how those interested in getting training and getting over the hurdle of training can make that by jumping into training with your team. So let me start with a really softball question. Who have you trained? How many have you trained? And where do they come from?
Jim, thanks for the kind introduction and hello everybody. So in the US and Canada in the last 6-7 months, we've been fortunate enough to have well over 300 government employees and subcontractors attend our online virtual instructor-led training classes. And in terms of people's backgrounds, it's been tremendously varied. It's perfectly normal for our classes to have seasoned IT professionals training alongside project managers, business analysts, finance professionals and administrators. It really is that inclusive. And equally, we've seen a tremendous range of agencies attend our classes. We've had at one end of the spectrum, NASA, we've had the US Coast Guard, Navy, the Patent Office, Immigration Service, Science Foundation, as well as larger federal agencies like the Veterans Affairs and Department of Agriculture. So we're seeing UiPath really enable RPA programs and get those to take hold across all areas of the US and Canadian government. And this means that we've literally trained NASA developers alongside military personnel, lawyers, doctors, scientists, immigration health officials, as well as finance clerks. So RPA truly is for all in our classes, Jim.
Great, Mike. And those are really good numbers. I'm hoping that when people watch this video and realize the quality of the training that you have, that we'll see those numbers really skyrocket. Some great numbers. So you teach courses, you teach 4 courses that are UiPath based. Can you share with our audience what those 4 courses are?
Yeah, sure, Jim. So irrespective of your background, we like to think and we're confident that we can offer a learning pathway and an experience that's right for everyone in every agency. So if your agency and you are brand new to RPA, then I think the best class is our introductory class, and that's called our Automation Essentials class. That's a 2.5-hour experience delivered online where our trainers will take you and your teams through the basics and really get your hands on with UiPath's most popular studio developer products. So that means that you'll be getting to build a simple automation. And for many people, this will be the first time that they've actually got hands on and built a bot. And it can be therefore a bit of a light bulb moment for them. And I think what it does is, for the first time, is it shows the potential of the product. And this class is popular, as I say, with agencies who are just starting out, Jim, on their automation journey. And we run these classes on demand. So if you'd like us to run one for you, just reach out to your UiPath rep or speak to Carasoft and we'll put one on. And best of all, that's on us. That's free of charge, that class, whenever you want it, on demand. Now, if your agency is already up and running with RPA and using UiPath, we offer 3 further classes. These are paid for classes this time. And the first of these is what we call our Citizen Developer class. And we launched this 3-day class earlier this year, and it's already proving tremendously popular, Jim. And we've successfully trained dozens of citizen developers already in Studio X, which is, if you don't know it, UiPath's entry-level, what they call no-code product. Now, this course is perfect for heavy desktop users of Microsoft products like Excel, Outlook, and Word. It's a really fun class as well, Jim, where our team helps students to automate one of their repetitive work processes. So people are literally getting to get immediate value back from attending this class. Now, for the more technically minded government employee, we offer a 4-day foundation class. This is where, for the first time, people get exposed to the studio product, which is more powerful, and students get to see how they can build more complex automations for themselves and for their colleagues. And also what we offer is a 5-day advanced class, Jim, which is for people who've already built automations, whose agencies are already up to speed with UiPath and are looking to push that next level. And that's generally popular with IT professionals, as well as people who are transitioning into full-time roles in their automations center of expertise. So that's our gold standard class, Jim, and graduates of this class go on to build enterprise grade automations for their organization. Now, regardless of which class is right for your organization and which one you choose, the experience that we offer, we like to feel, is the same. And we're able to deliver fantastic results to people through our online training. In fact, it's way surpassed what we thought would be the case when delivering this training virtually. And so far from being what we felt at the time might be an impersonal experience, as we are now through the camera, because all our sessions are live and on camera, everyone feels connected with each other and to the trainer. So whenever someone gets stuck, what they're able to do is and what works brilliantly is that they can share their screen and the whole group gets to help them solve the problem. And that really is, tremendously valuable. What we're also able to do is create breakout rooms in Zoom or in Teams. So more often than not, we find that people from different departments or even different agencies are getting to work together, Jim, in small teams, building bots and building the components of those bots. And our trainers are constantly mixing the groups up, and people really tell us they benefit from working with others. And I think sort of finally, all our classes are recorded. So at the end of each day, we're able to provide those recordings to students, and you get that as a memento so you can take that away and review it in your own time if you ever get stuck at your own leisure. So I'd be honest, Jim, I'd be very surprised if we now go back to physical classroom training, the old way. Delivering it online over video is, for me, so much more dynamic, efficient, and of course safe. And our students unanimously tell us that they enjoy it and they come back for more.
Yeah, I've sat in on some of the 5-day classes on the 5th day, and I just really am impressed with the fact that you form teams all week long and that they outbrief each other, and it really causes them to have a near on-site experience. So it's just incredible. We're putting up on the screen for our viewers the Carousel link so that folks can get to this class. If you're a learning manager at an agency or a supervisor of a team of 10 to 12 people, what, if any, flexibility do you offer them with respect to the dates, the times, and the content of the course?
Well, Jim, we can be very flexible. In fact, we pride ourselves on our flexibility. So if your teams are busy, we've even put classes on at the weekend. It's not for everybody, but we can do that. But more often than not, we'll just take some dates that work for your team and we'll book the training around those dates, whether that's Monday to Wednesday, Tuesday to Friday, Tuesday to Thursday, we can make it work. So if you tell us when you'd like that class, we'll look to put that class on for you on those dates. And in terms of content, we can brand that class a bit. If you're buying the whole class, we can put your logo on it. But furthermore, if, for example, you're looking to train a finance team, what we'll then do is we will look at the exercises, we'll look at the profiles of the people coming, and we'll bespoke those exercises and some of the content to them. So in this case, that would be with a finance twist. Some of the automations they will be building would be finance related. So, we can be very, very flexible, and we'll customize on our closed courses, our private courses, the dates and the content as much as we can to suit your needs.
Nice, Mike. So, Mike, in the last 7 or 8 months, in addition to you seeing new things, I see activity after activity by agency after agency that just impresses me that automation is here to stay in government. What's been an aha moment for you in doing these classes where you realize that not only the CIO's office, but that citizen developer down in the department or branch was really going to be able to embrace RPA?
That's a great question, Jim. And there have been a few of those along the way, as you can imagine. And when we started running our classes, our trainers would often get a real kick when students told them how they wish they'd had access to our training, 6-12 months before, because they'd been struggling to build robust bots. If you like, they felt alone, and the sort of sense of relief when they entered our classroom was almost palpable. But I think the moment that sticks most in my mind is just recently, earlier this year, in fact, when we ran one of our first ever 3-day citizen developer classes. And on this class, our trainers ask all students to bring along with them an idea, something that's repetitive, that they don't like doing, and that they'd love to automate, if you like. So that they can free up their time to work on and focus on higher value, more stimulating and interesting work. So one student from a science agency told the class about an online meeting booking process that she did every day or most days, but that needed to be done, but she hated doing. And it turned out that her colleagues were in the same boat. They were performing this process most days, and it was highly repetitive. It took 20 minutes, whichever way you did it, and on average to process, and was being performed thousands of times each year across the agency. So our team took that process, that idea, and they passed it through a tool that UiPath offer called Automation Hub. And just online, we were amazed to see that collectively, this could save her and her colleagues 750 hours effort a year, and it could be done. So we were astonished when on the final day of this 3-day class, in only 3 hours, she went and automated that process using Studio X, a product she'd never touched before joining the class. And she's now going back to her agency to roll this automation out, and it's going to benefit a lot of people. In terms of bang for buck, this is going to deliver tremendous value to her and her teams. We think conservatively it's going to save, as I say, nearly 800 hours of time a year. It's going to give them time back. And I think it demonstrates just how powerful UiPath is. And this is someone working in a clerical role here, simply booking meetings online. But just imagine, if other people can embrace that idea and can do similar. So we don't know many better ways, if you like, Jim, to operationalize value, to return value to the organizations and to the sponsors, to people that send their employees onto our training to gain those valuable skills that will help them identify and automate mundane work that exists within their current jobs and ultimately save and return time. So as you can imagine, Jim, it's moments like these that give our training team tremendous satisfaction.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Mike. The ability to think that you can give employees, and not one or two, but hundreds and thousands of employees, 30 minutes to an hour back every day, what you can do at your agency to meet your mission with that extra 30 minutes or that extra 60 minutes is just, incredible opportunity that they've quite frankly never had. So great layout for us on the training, great use case, appreciate that. We want to wrap up real quick here, but I would like to offer those that have taken the time to go all the way through the video with us between now and the end of April 30th of 2021. We'll offer a training discount of $50 for each class. You just tell your training manager to use the code TRAINME2021, and that's up on your screen. And with that, Mike, we'll wrap up this video, and I hope to see, as we said before, our good numbers become great numbers when people realize that we can help them with that third challenge that they've called training by doing training with MORPHEUS and getting some UiPath robots out there.
Jim, thanks ever so much for having me today. And we look forward to working with more and more customers and enabling their teams to be successful with your product. Thank you ever so much again.